The Clockhouse, Thursday, the 31st of March, 1988, Charlton Athletic Project.
Sign, I suppose, for building, but I don't know.
See, this is the only reason why Langs are interested in it, I suppose, because of the residential part.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course
They
they
can't lose because if they Charlton go down to the gas place, then
they
they'll
develop
have
a valley
active
site.
land.
I suppose it's not considered that Langs will be building the new stadium if it is to be a new stadium, is it? Would they be involved in that as well? I wonder.
Possibly.
It's up to Greenwich Council, though, isn't it?
Some is
Is it?
big.
Or not?
Yeah, I suppose it is. They say, the council say, if Charlton were in a position today to
Finance it.
finance the development with Langs or something, didn't they?
Yeah,
Is
that's
what
right.
they said. Then it could be started tomorrow. They give permission tomorrow and they can get cracking on it. But this company apparently aren't in a position to finance it all. That's why Langs have come into it,
Yeah.
or something. I don't quite understand it.
Yeah, well, they want to
Let's get a bit involved now.
build the houses, and when they start letting them and they make profit on them, then they'll pay for the new stadium. you see.
Well, that's coming. I mean that.
But that's going to take years. It'll take about 3 or 4 years at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they'll get it out that quickly, is it?
They said the season after next, didn't they? When
Yeah.
this, was talked about when they bought it. But I don't know. Oh, we just have to wait.
I met a friend of mine. I was at a thing last week, and his wife, I didn't realise she works for a firm of solicitors, and they're actually Charlton solicitors.
Oh yeah.
And so she was dealing with all the toings and froings when they actually bought the valley.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And she said they're a lovely club to work with, and they're really nice people. And
Well, the club is
the club, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're absolutely fantastic to work with, really agreeable about everything, more or less. Difficult to imagine sometimes, but
Yeah. It's not what George Green said.
But mind you, I mean, since this news has come through in the last month or so, I mean, the performances seem to
Oh yeah,
really
seems to be
perked up a bit, haven't they?
That's funny. It's given them a bit of a.
They've only lost one match, and that was against Liverpool, isn't it? Apart from that, they've
Arsenal. They lost against.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Arsenal.
lost.
Arsenal 4-0, didn't they? They got
That's
a belt,
right.
didn't they?
I mean, they dropped a point on Saturday. I was going over there, but I found I couldn't in the end because we were going to the Greenwich Theatre on Saturday afternoon. I didn't realise it, so I couldn't go anyway, and I wasn't sorry when I read the result. No.
And Chelsea lost again. Well, no, they drew, didn't they? They drew with Watford, so I mean, that's...
Yeah, Derby lost last night and lost
Yeah,
Forest.
that's
didn't they?
right.
On the television.
Oxford and through
It's
with
all
Arsenal.
coming. It's all coming. Portsmouth lost the other
Yeah,
night, didn't
Portsmouth
they?
lost.
That's right.
See, so that's their games that Charlton was in front now are almost levelled up.
Almost level, I
Because they
think,
played
yes,
and they've
they're
got no
playing.
point. Well, Oxford have got an additional point.
Are they still
Over
fourth from the
Arsenal.
bottom at the moment?
Yeah, they were. I don't know about.
Yeah, I think they.
Yeah, I think they are, aren't they? They were after
Yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. I haven't seen the table
Pity
since
they
Saturday.
didn't win that. I mean, that would have.
Yeah, they
been
should have beaten Oxford, I thought. But there you are.
They're fighting as well,
Arsenal
aren't
couldn't
they?
beat them, could they?
No.
True.
No, I
I
mean,
mean, they've conceded a hell of a lot of goals, but in their last few matches, they've had. I was just reading the paper this morning, 3 or 4 no score draws.
That's right. Those
It's
times.
unusual for them because they're the highest score.
Yeah, I mean those Luton
Yeah.
man, was it
Yeah, that's
7-4
right,
or something?
Yeah, that's right.
7-4.
It's 4 each against Chelsea.
Yeah, that's right. So it was. Yeah.
And since then they've been getting keep the blank sheet. So
Yeah.
they've got probably tightened up their defence and suffering up front.
Yeah, that's right. Still, if Charlton could get something out of the Norwich game, preferably a win.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Away to Norwich.
I think they can, I think they can get it.
Well, Crooks is on form. He's banging them in, and he's...
I mean, if the form works out, I mean, Charlton played well. They beat Sheffield Wednesday quite easy, and last week Sheffield Wednesday beat Norwich 3-0.
That's right. Yeah, all right.
So, but its form doesn't always work out like
No,
that, but it does help.
gives you something lying up, I suppose. Yeah, old Crooks has been playing well up
Yeah.
to Saturday, and then he apparently
But-
missed a couple, didn't he? I guess it's over eagerness or something. They're getting a bit
That's right. Oh yeah.
jumpy now, it's getting near the end.
Yeah. They're playing Watford on Monday.
Yeah, I know. I might go over to that one. I keep saying this. Perhaps I'll go over.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm trying to arrange. I told you I was trying to arrange.
Yeah, oh, yes.
The Newcastle game on the. 20th.
Oh, is it? I didn't know it was a Newcastle game.
It's the 23rd. It's April the 23rd.
Yeah.
But they've got after that. They've got. If we can't do it for that, maybe a possibility of arranging it for they're playing the Monday, I think, which would be their last home match of the season.
Monday evening.
The Monday evening. I forget
Yeah.
who that's against. I can't remember offhand. But if I can get it together for us all to go down, I mean, there might be a few.
Well, because they've got, is it Chelsea? They've got Chelsea and Chelsea's won their last match.
Oh, that's
It's
away.
It's away, is it?
Yeah, so that is the last match, I
Not
think.
Tottenham,
Chelsea
is
away.
it?
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
They've got to play Tottenham.
They've got to play Tottenham.
That's it.
Yeah, so that'll be their last home match. That's on about the 26th. 26th.
Would be, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tottenham they've got to play.
Well, if I can arrange it and I can get some transport together,
Yeah.
do you be interested in all coming down?
Yeah, sure.
Coming down, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
Try and get Percy to come along as well. And there's a few other people from some women from the centre who volunteer down there.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to be Harden fans. I mean, they used to go down every week during the
Yeah.
30s and 40s. You know, they were
Yeah.
always fans. So we'll see if we can get a crowd together.
Yeah, so I would get together, yeah.
I mean, it depends what transport I can get. I mean, if I can get this minibus,
Yeah.
then there'll be room to take. If you've got any other friends with you, that would be okay as well.
Yes. Oh, well, I might get old Bill.
But
to
if
come
not,
along.
then I'll just I'll try and get hold of something else. But certainly try and fit it in for the end of the season.
Oh,
Anyway.
it'd be great, yes, if we could smash it.
It might even be something to celebrate.
Might be, yes, by then. They might be by the halfway mark by then.
It doesn't take long once teams
Doesn't
win
take
big
long.
new games.
No, I mean,
the other teams lose.
They won 2, didn't they? Was it? They won 2 and drawn 1 as the last 3, and that has sort of lifted them right off the bottom, hasn't it?
Yeah. 3 points. How many games they got left? They've got 9 games left, have they?
Is it 9?
They played 33,
No, played 30,
32, 34.
34.
Games left.
Ah, well, there's not that many left then, is there?
There's over 20 points going back in now.
7, is it? Yeah, it's only about 7, isn't it? Norwich?
They've got Coventry to play
Away.
as well, Newcastle.
Oh, they got Coventry.
Yeah.
Away. So that's Norwich, Watford, Watford, Spurs,
Coventry and Newcastle.
Coventry, Newcastle, Spurs. Chelsea's the last match, that's 6. It's only 6.
Have they played Watford twice?
That's the next 2 matches. Norwich, Watford.
They played Watford away.
Yeah, Watford at home.
Watford at home on Monday.
On
this
Monday.
Monday.
Easter Monday.
Since they've got 2 games coming up in the next few days, so
Yeah, I mean,
could make a lot of difference.
could do, yeah. It so often happens at the Easter period. Of course, it even more so, the Easter period used to be
Used to be the settling time. really.
settling
So
time
you
when
could
they
run
played
the
on
point
Good
both
Friday
ways.
then, didn't they? They had Friday,
Yeah, that's
3
right.
games, Friday, Saturday, Monday. But now they don't play on Good Friday, do
Not
they?
many, no. Just a couple of games, but not many.
No. So it's still significant, 2 games.
How many were down there on Saturday? Did you notice the
And
crowd?
6,000.
6,000.
Poor crowd, really, wasn't it, for a game that was
Bit
vital.
vital. Yeah, it was really.
Considering that was going to be the game when there was going to be the boycott, and the boycott.
Yeah.
had been
That's
called off.
right, yeah, yeah.
And you thought maybe sort of a few more would have dragged themselves down there just to show a bit of support for the club.
Yes, I expected more than that actually. Particularly after they'd won at
But
away to
Oxford
Southampton.
don't have many supporters away, do they?
Oxford, no.
And then it was a wet, dull afternoon.
Yes, it was.
Which would put
It wasn't
people
a very
off.
good day.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I met an old fella down in Woolwich during the week. I used to see him down the valley often, you know, when I was support. So the rumours that fly around once, I said, oh, it'd be all right if they come back in the valley, wouldn't it? He said, yes. He said, I've got a friend who lives overlooking the ground. He said, and they're clearing the pitch. That's a bit early, you know. Yeah, clearing the pitch, he said. I could be down there in a few weeks. He was so convincing, you know, that I walked down there later on the next day and had a look through the fence, and of course nothing's touched it. It doesn't look as if there's anything touched.
He probably dreamt about it, didn't he?
Probably dreamt, yeah. I thought, well, it can't be that soon, surely, but like, nevertheless, I did go down and have a look. I don't know how long these, they take to consider these plans, you know, for the planning applications and whatnot. It's usually a lengthy business, isn't it, when you submit applications?
Well, yeah, but it seems, I mean, in this case, I mean, a decision would be reached. It seems that they would come through fairly quickly.
Yeah, in view of the fact that.
I mean, it depends how much opposition there is from the council to get Charlton to go down to Blackwall Lane.
Yes.
Then
yeah,
with the tunnel.
Yeah. Well, that chap that was here, that chap was short, he seems to lean towards the Blackwall
Yeah,
thing.
I think the council are.
Well, it's in the
because
council's
gonna be
interest,
their-
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be their.
But then why can't they build their sports complex at the valley? Wouldn't it be big enough after the development, you know, the houses and that?
Well, I think it's not just a sports complex. I mean, they're building a shopping centre and all sorts of other things down there as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
Is it
See, but the
Yeah.
council are opposing that because they're going to build down on the Blackwall site anyway. You see,
Well, this
so
one-
they
this
don't want
would-
to build two.
No, well,
And if Charlton were down there, just be an added attraction for their scheme.
yeah, but they could build at the valley instead, couldn't they? What do they want to go down Blackwall Lane for? It's right out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, because see, they've got to do
Central,
something
they're
with
gonna
it.
do
You see,
Well, it's a
they've
very
got to do
residential
something.
area.
They just
isn't
can't let that lay idle. But then I suppose they could turn around and build houses there
But
anyway. But
British
then-
Gas owns it, though, don't
Yeah,
they?
owns most of it.
Well, I suppose they could.
The council owns some of it,
Oh, they own some of it?
but they don't own any of the valley.
No.
The council don't
no.
own it, anything top of the valley.
Oh, yeah, I see. So the council are only concerned, you know, with it.
By their own financial ends, aren't they? But-
Yeah, with the planning permission and the use to which it's going to be put, I suppose.
Yeah.
They want, yeah, I see, they want to build this thing.
But at the same time, I mean, I can't see the people tracking down there.
It's an awkward journey.
I
There's
don't
no
think so.
transport
It's-
at all.
they'd have-
No.
The only transport is at the moment is the small 108 bus, which is
Yeah,
a single decker.
single decker,
But you
yeah.
can't get many
Which goes for
people
the
on
tunnel.
that. And the other, they've opened
That's
up a
just
new
one
one,
of them.
Bugsby's Way,
Yeah.
and that's not a bus route at all.
No.
No.
I mean, it'd be all right for people coming in coaches and that because they can use them roads, but how many people turn up in
Well,
coaches?
what they
It'd be
need-
all right for cars,
Public transport's an
but
important
for
thing.
pedestrians
Public
and people
transport,
using
yeah.
public transport it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Nil.
Yeah. So, and they'd have to build a railway station there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, they think they can lay that
I
one.
suppose that could be done.
Because the line's already there, you see. Only means building a station and opening the line up.
Yeah, it's only a single
That's
track
the
though,
simplest
isn't it?
thing, yeah, I think as far as I know, it's...
Single track line, I think. In fact, I didn't realise it was still there.
Yeah,
I know
it's
it used
still
to be
there.
there. Oh, it's all very mysterious.
Well, the Mercury are keeping their campaign going anyway.
Oh,
Yeah. I see they, last week, I haven't written, but last week said, I'll invite you to write to them. They're setting up a register of people willing
Oh,
to
that's
help.
right.
Mm.
You know, says even if you're not skilled, you know, there's plenty of weeds to be pulled up. I haven't written, but I mean, I don't mind going out, put on a few weeds if it's going to help. But there's no willing, but I don't know. Yeah, the idea is to turn the directors' heads in the right direction or something. That was the idea they put it.
Mm.
But it won't be them. It'll be purely the financial considerations. I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
It must be really. But no,
But I suppose now you've got now you've got Langs involved.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're a big
their
company.
priority is going to be making the money. And
of
if-
course it is. Yes, the business.
And they're able to make a lot more money by selling off
Yeah.
or developing it and then selling it off.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever,
Yeah, that's
than
why they've come in for.
just sort of having a football team playing down there and getting sort of 10,000, 15,000 people down there if they're lucky.
That's right.
You know, it's,
Yeah, money.
so you can see which way they're going to be.
Oh,
looking
yeah,
at it
yeah.
quite easily.
Yeah, one it's supposed to be Picton. Dave Picton said it'll have to be subject to local consultation and that, you know, with the people. Supposing the people living around there now object to the football team coming down there that night. That's why it's
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
mine.
it could do, but there's not many people
They've had a bit
down
of
there.
peace there for several years
Yeah.
now.
Mm.
Things as they are today, you know, I mean, I don't think I'd like people coming past my house, to be honest,
No, not
on a match day,
when
not
it's
as
there.
things are today,
No.
That's right, there is
That's,
that as well.
which is a shame, you know. It's a pity. Still, never mind.
Because the thing is, they should never have left. I mean, this is the thing.
No, that's
They
it.
must be regretting
That's
that they
it.
did leave.
But I
Because,
suppose they say that they had to get out, they couldn't carry on there,
No,
they said,
that's
and to
right.
keep the
But
club
he-
alive.
Blixton had him over a
Big
barrel,
Big
didn't he?
Very awkward
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wanted to take over and develop that part of the ground. I don't know
Yeah.
which part it was, somewhere near the back of the
There's a
stand. And
front of it, in a car park, he wanted to build a
That's right.
hotel there.
it's a most peculiar situation, wasn't it? He
Still
owned
no
part
hotel
of
there,
it.
does it?
I never did get the rights to that.
Yeah.
Blixton only owned that part, did he?
No, he owned it, but
But
he
he
was
had a-
willing to sell off the other part, but not he wanted to definitely build this hotel. That was his plan, you see.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah. Well, and the club said, well, they had to get out, so the only way
Yeah,
to keep
because
the
they
club
couldn't
going.
function with that. But as it turned out now, if they build a new ground, it's not going to be any better if they're going to build on that area anyway. They're going to build on a car park anyway.
Yeah, I suppose they will, yeah.
They said they'll have to
They
build
will.
on there.
They will.
Mm. So they're not going to be any better off if they put in the new ground than what they would if they'd have
Carried on
carried on
somehow.
with Brixton's
That's right.
plan to build a hotel there.
I mean, how much did the fact that, because they went so close to actually going under financially, didn't they?
Oh,
About
yeah,
84,
these
85,
people's salaries come in and
sort of,
save
you know,
them, yeah.
last hour.
Yeah, last year was about 20 minutes to go, wasn't there, I think, before the...
Because he messed it up. Well, the other man had that bloke, Hullier. He's in
Oh,
trouble now
yeah.
financially. He's
I
in
think
prison.
He's a crook, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
He had some Marley, wasn't it? His business,
Yes.
Marley or something, and
Something like
he
that.
owes millions.
Yeah. I mean, he really, I suppose you could blame it on him, really, I suppose. All
Yeah,
that
that's
trouble.
right. I mean, I think he was the culprit. He had a lot of trouble over buying that player, didn't he? The European
Simonson,
and didn't pay for him, and he had to go back.
I mean, it's all very laudable, but he was too good, wasn't he, really? I mean,
He was
you know,
marvellous player.
it's like putting a thoroughbred in with
I
a
mean,
lot
they
of card orders, you know, they couldn't
The
play with
idea,
him.
the idea was all right if it had been straightforward and
He
they'd
was
paid
good.
for him because he was a good player. I mean,
Oh,
they could do
yeah.
with someone like that now.
Mm.
He would make the
Absolutely,
team.
yeah. Oh, he was a cracking player.
Yeah.
Mm.
He scored goals from nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah.
Once he got the ball, it was in the back of the net.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only a little chap,
Young
wasn't he?
fella, that's right.
International, wasn't
Yeah, European Footballer of the Year
Mm.
previous year, I think.
Yeah. I think he won it twice.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, he went back and played and he broke his leg, didn't he?
He broke his leg, that's right. Yeah, for Danish, he went back to
Mm.
Denmark, didn't he?
Mm.
I suppose he's out of it.
I
Well,
still
he's
couldn't
off.
think the name of those two players we were talking about who
What, sweet,
Holland. Was it Holland or Denmark?
Dutch, wasn't it?
Dutch, Holland. That's right.
Oh, so
I
all I
can
remember
see
is
him.
that goalkeeper.
Mm.
But were they both from the same club, were they?
Yeah, I think they were both in the same club. It wasn't all that many years ago. Charlton went out there on tour.
Uh-huh.
As the other chap there.
Percy.
Percy. Yeah, and they liked to look at these two players and they brought them over.
And they never sort of caught on.
And no, they was one of them was international, played for Holland. I can see him now. One was a thick-set, sort of bow-legged chap, very strong-looking player, and the other chap was a winger. His name was definitely began with an M, but I can't see it anywhere. I can't see their names in any.
How long ago was it?
Oh, let me see now.
Perhaps Percy might have been.
Only a few seasons before, 3 or 4 seasons, I suppose, before they left there.
It's early 80s.
So, yeah, beginning of the 80s, I would say.
I can't think of the names. No. Morning, Percy.
Hello, Percy.
Worse than terrible.
Bit disappointing on Saturday, wasn't it?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean,
A load of rubbish over here, you know.
did you go over?
No, my friends come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, that's how they've been playing now. I mean, they've done the same against it was the same sort of match against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And Oxford, you see.
Yeah. They got to win a couple of more, haven't they?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Got to beat Watford.
Got to win.
They've got to beat Watford on Monday, definitely.
Yeah.
They beat Watford.
Yeah, there's those teams they don't seem to do much against, do they?
No.
I mean, they go
No,
to
that's
Liverpool,
right.
you get a 4-3 game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I expect you go to Oxford, you get a 2-1 down.
If they beat Watford, that'd be Watford to be finished.
Yeah,
They go down.
definitely.
Because they're bottom down, they can't.
It's going to be a
get
fight
out.
then, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
If they can get something out of
Chelsea
Norwich,
couldn't beat Watford, could they?
Hmm?
Chelsea didn't beat Watford, did they, on Saturday?
No,
what was it?
one each.
One
each.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Chelsea are
Chelsea
tugged down, haven't
yeah,
they?
they are. They're only
Oh, yes, they can.
18 or 19 games without a win, haven't
Charles
they?
got to play
That's
them
right,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, last match. It's going to be a dogfight,
Yeah.
if they can win at Norwich
Yeah, I think they can do it, yeah.
on Saturday,
Got
and
to-
who's to
Yeah.
say they can't after winning at Southampton?
How did Norwich do last Saturday?
Got beat 3-0 by Sheffield Wednesday.
At
Chelsea
Norwich,
made it
yes,
interesting.
at
At Norwich.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Derby lost last night, which is...
Yeah, they played well, I watched that on television.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. Yeah, they
They played
did
quite well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Well, oh, it's on telly late, was it?
Yeah, late.
About
Yeah,
10
oh,
o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, so I was over the other station. I never thought about it.
Yeah, and Nigel Clough scored both
Scored
goals
two
for
good
Forest.
goals. One brilliant goal, wasn't it? That
And
one.
he swept in, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
See a team's Italian team wants to play £1 million for him.
Right.
Clough said he can go. He said, I'll sell any player for that price.
Right.
He's a boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a big interview with him last night, didn't they? He was,
Yeah.
you know, saying what his thoughts were. He should have had the England job, he reckoned, some years ago. The time was right then, because it's no good now, he said, but the time was right. He said they should have made me England manager, he said.
He seems
Yeah,
like he's sort
but-
of getting a bit of a chip on his shoulder about all these international jobs he's not getting.
Yeah.
But mind you, when he went to Leeds, you know, and after
Yeah,
Reeve
that's
left,
Mm.
he made a complete...
He
Yeah.
did, well, he did
Mess
at
up.
Brighton, made a mess up of it. And he
Brighton.
said, I should have
Yeah.
stayed at Brighton.
He said he
I
reckons he should have
regret not
stayed at
staying
Brighton.
at Brighton.
Being a big head's gone against him, though, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, he is,
yeah.
yeah.
this-
Yeah.
That's what's
It seems to have sort of quietened down a bit in the last few years. You remember back in, sort of in the 70s, he was sort of, you know, every other week he was on the telly, and
Yeah.
nagging off all
Yeah,
the time.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone had too much of him.
Well, I suppose he's proved himself as a manager because
Well,
most
yeah.
of the teams he's got, you know, I mean, Derby County done well with him and then
Yeah.
he left them and
Yeah.
not Spurs. I mean, he went to teams that were
They weren't doing well when he was there.
doing well, were they?
In St Division, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Greenwood took him to Mott's first European Cup, didn't he?
That's
A
right.
couple of times.
Yeah.
Was it a couple of times?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's no more news on the move, I suppose.
Well, we were talking about that just now.
Oh.
I only
It
watched
seems-
in the Mercury yesterday. It was not.
Nothing
Just
else
touch
crazy.
and go where they're going now, whether they're going to go down the back wall lane or.
Touch and go. The fact it's touch and go is the headline, and they
It's got to be Charlton
don't know.
about it, isn't it? It's got
Well,
to be.
I can't quite see how they can get over the transport problems at Blackwall Lane, quite honestly. I mean, it's stuck right out away from Charlton,
Yeah,
really.
people just won't go that
I don't
all
think
tunnel
so.
length, I don't reckon.
No.
No.
I thought it was this end, but we're not.
That's right down
It's
the
right down the bottom end.
by the.
Yeah, but the gas company, you see.
Right down
It is, isn't it? Well, it
Yeah.
was years
No,
ago.
but
There's
it's
no
not-
transport.
the other
There's
thing is
only a small bus.
It
The
stinks down
108
there as
p
well
that
from
comes
time
down
to
there.
time. We
Yeah.
don't make gas work.
They don't
Yes,
put no
it is
more
one.
buses on
That's
like
right,
they used
yeah.
to, do they?
No,
On a
that's right.
Saturday, I mean, they used to put extra buses
Yeah.
on, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not these days.
Talking about that, but do you remember in the 30s when they were climbing up from the third to the first? Do you remember the supporters club used to run double-decker buses from to the London away games?
Well, I know they run it
That's
from
right.
Sea Cup.
Well, these
Yeah.
used to line up Church Lane
That's right, I remember.
by the
this.
Warren. You know, it was the supporters club headquarters.
Quarters, yeah.
I mean, you have as much as 12 dozen double-decker buses out there on the Saturday,
Yeah.
waiting to go to Fulham or Crystal Palace or
That's right. isn't it?
Orient. I mean, I remember my dad and I used to go, you know, he used to take me, all going along the road, you know, banners, scarves and rattles, you know, going all along 12
Or
particular
convoy.
buses, yeah, convoy.
If I remember rightly from Sidcup, they charged about 1 and 6 return
Oh, I
at
can't.
the time.
To any match in London?
No,
What?
to Charlton.
Oh, this was for away games.
You know, to Eltham, you know. And
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, this was for away matches in
Oh.
London. I remember going to several of them. I went to Fulham and
Yeah, well, I had a car in
Orient.
so I didn't
Late.
bother, but
Clapton
no
it
car
was.
now, you have to bother.
yeah.
I was thinking during the week, I mean, were there any instances where you were maybe late for the match and racing down towards the valley, trying to get there?
Well,
Oh.
I can tell you this, the Bartram end, I've come there and the queues have been so big that we've dashed down to the lower end hoping to get in.
Been just
And
the
it's
same
just,
then.
just the same, yeah,
Yeah.
just the same.
It's nothing more frustrating than to be in the blooming queue
That's
and to
right.
hear the teams come out, you know, and
That's
then you
right.
hear, and then,
Do
and then
find
you hear
it
them
out.
start and it's roars, and you're
everyone's
trying to get in
getting
the
It wasn't long before they packed up a Charlton. I mean,
They
I
used to
think
have
it was an evening match. They allowed all these pensioners in for nothing. Do you remember this one?
I don't know.
One night.
I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I know I went
Well,
down.
I got in for nothing. I know it.
Yeah, well, I got in just after half time, an evening match. I'll tell you what had happened. I'd just been made redundant, and I was over 60, you know, and I'd been made redundant. I thought, blimey, I can't afford to pay the football, and they were playing an evening match. I thought I'd go down and see if I can get in for nothing. And I went down. Several of us there, and we got in just after half time.
Oh,
They
yeah,
had
used to
gates let
let
us
you
in
in.
for nothing. Sort of second, most of the second half.
They used to open them big gates, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just after half time.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
But I never used that entrance much. I used that sandbar.
Oh, up the top.
Yeah,
top of the bank.
it's always.
Yeah. Do you know, I walking round there from time to time, and I've never yet found that road named after Sam Bartram Close. or
It's
something.
right next to the where you've got the bank going down one side of the pitch. There's some new flats. Near where the new flats are, some blocks of flats on one side of the ground.
You mean behind the stand? The big
the other,
stand?
no,
You don't mean the
other
heights, by
side.
the
The
heights.
other side?
Yeah.
Up in Church Lane. you
Church
don't
Lane?
mean? The heights. Off the left.
Yeah, I think so. Is it called the Heights? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
The
called
Crouch
Heights.
Yeah,
Lane.
it's on the top anyway.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's
right.
some modern flats, and it's just it goes along behind the bank. I think it's like
Yes.
along behind the big bank, and it's just St Bartram Close. And it's just like a little road that goes up, and just the entrance to these new flats.
Oh.
It's,
I'll have to have another look round there then.
Up where Swedish type of houses are, always I reckon they're Swedish type. They're queer, well, when they were put up, I remember them being built and they were proper, we thought Swedish looking like, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
But I must tell you this, parking, there used to be a playground, I don't know whether you know it, at the St Bartram's entrance where you went down. There was a Greenwich playground, you know, with slides and like empty drums in for kids to play at. So I parked the car down there. I suppose it was from the top of the road, there was about 6 cars, and I should think it was mine. And God blimey, when we come out, every 6 up to mine, all the tyres were punctured. All the lot. Yeah, I'm lucky, yeah. All
their cars were done, but not yours wasn't.
Oh, no, yeah, they'd done 6. Mine happened to be about 7.
Someone come along
say.
for
Yeah. And they done them all, you know. And, well, we're my son, we stopped and helped some of them as best we could, like, you know. And they phoned up the AA, and nobody AA said tyres wasn't their responsibility.
Go on.
Yeah, and some of them cars had to stop there till the next day before they could, you know.
New tyres down.
Then-
How long ago was that, Percy?
Oh, good time. I had my car pinched down there.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Blasted. I parked it more towards the Charlton Village that night. When you come off for Charlton Village,
Right.
I don't know the name of the road. There's
Lansdowne.
council houses one side.
Lansdowne Lane, I expect.
I think, yeah, it is a
Lansdowne
Lansdowne
Lane, it
line.
used to be it's closed now, you can't get in from the top.
No.
You can't get in or out, but used to go. Yeah.
Well, I parked my car there, like, and my son and brother was with me. Went in the match, like, you know. When we were coming up the road, my son's a bit taller than me, he said, I can't see your car there. Of course, when we got up to the spot, there wasn't no bloody car there. So, there was a police car waiting up in the village, I suppose, for any trouble with people. So, I spoke to them and they said, oh, nobody would ask go around the station. So I went to the station on the way home, like, you know. And they said, well, we'll soon get that back for you. There's joyriding, you know. Anyway, for a week, never heard nothing. And then there was a phone call. And it said, you found your car. You've got to go up the Cartiers Road police station. That's up around the Elephant and Castle.
Peckham, isn't it? Peckham.
Yes, and they said your car's up there, but call at the station first, I'll tell you where it is. So he said, don't get too elated, he said, because the 2 front wheels are missing.
God, front wheel!
You'll make you laugh, this will. So of course me and my boy took me up there, he told me got home in his car, and went in the police station. The only easy part of the matter of that night was the bloke in front of us up at Cartier Road police station, I always remember, he'd come from abroad and he'd lost £500. He reckoned he'd dropped out of his back pocket in the taxi.
Oh!
So mine made it a bit easier.
Yeah. 500 quid gold. Yeah.
Anyway, he was talking to the sergeant and a woman police come out and said where the car was, like, you know. So he said, you know, the 2 front wheels are missing. So we said, yeah, we're only going round to have a look at it, like, you know. So we went round there and pulled up at the side of it. Yeah, the 2 front wheels were missing, and they lifted it up and put it on an oil drum. You know, one of the big oil drums, like, you know.
Yeah.
My boy got out his car and walked around a bit in front of me, and he burst out laughing. I said, what's the matter? He said, you ain't got no engine in it.
Fix the engine wrong.
They took the, and they hadn't broken, they took it clean.
Yeah.
Yes, they took the engine clean.
Knew what they were doing. Yeah.
And it was outside a block of tall flats, like, you know, and a woman come out, I think she was a bit backward, like, you know, and she said, has that car been stolen? So we said, yeah. Oh, she said, I thought it had, I saw 2 blacks shifting all the stuff out of it.
God.
But they hadn't got in the boot.
No.
That where the tools were, that I suppose that would have made a noise or whatever it was.
Yeah.
They hadn't took the wireless, they hadn't took
just
the
wanted
licence
the
on the
engine.
what's the name. They just wanted the engine and the wheels. That's what it was. But they stripped it, like, you know. And with this is without a word of a lie. A fortnight before, you know, it was getting, I suppose, about 10-year-old, and I thought, oh blimey, I ain't going to pay full comprehensive. I'll go on third party. So I got an insurance company, changed it to third party. This was only a fault. But I didn't put fire and theft. When I changed it to third party, I didn't know. I thought third party covered fire and theft, but it don't. You've got to name fire and theft when you're on third party.
You didn't get a penny?
So I didn't get a penny. I would have only got about a couple of hundred, so,
Yeah.
you know, but a couple of hundred. So useful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was down at Charlton. Bloody car went, like, you know.
Yeah.
My missus said, you would go to football matches.
That could have happened anywhere.
Well, of course it could, yeah. But why pick on mine, I thought.
Yeah.
All the bloody cars that were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they wanted, and it wasn't that engine because it was a reconditioned one, and I suppose it had only done about 10,000.
Yeah.
So whether they knew by looking at it and that, well, they must know what they're up to, how they took
Must
it
have
out.
known, yeah, wouldn't
Oh,
they?
it was as clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
no
we had the same-
hanging wires or
They
anything.
had the same car, didn't they?
Yeah.
What'd you do then? Just leave? Did you have to have it towed away or something? Or...
Well, yeah, so I was lucky where my son worked. One of the chaps there said, oh, his, I don't know if his girlfriend or wife worked in offices of, what borough was it? Lambeth or one of
Oh,
those.
yes, yeah.
And he said, I'll get on to her and she'll phone you. And she did. And she said, don't worry, we'll get it towed away. They took it away. That was the last of that night. Yeah. Oh dear, that was football. Football for you. Now they pinch one a minute, don't they? One a second.
Yes, I suppose they do anything now.
Oh, that was a few years ago I'm talking about, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because I had another car since then, 12 years, which I just got rid of a year ago. Give up it. It got old and didn't pass its MOT, and a chap down the road who used to do the odd jobs for me, he said £200. He said perhaps more. I thought, you know, about 300. I expect so. I said to him, take it away, Colin. You know, take it, get rid of it. Otherwise, I suppose he got about 25 quid on it, but he'd done me so many jobs that
Oh yeah, yeah.
helped me out. I didn't worry. That
Yeah.
just got rid of that. So no car.
You used to get your bus pass, haven't
My missus used to moan when we had it. Now she bones bloody sight more because we haven't got one. She's got to walk.
I've never had one, but
You miss
No.
one once you've had
I
one.
imagine
No.
they're very convenient. It's convenience, isn't it?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, you just get lazy when
you
you go
do.
on.
Get lazy. I've never had one.
You
know,
do
it's
miss one.
on my bike
Do
all
miss
the
it.
time.
I wish I'd kept mine for another couple of years. You know, even
Yeah.
paid a couple of hundred. It'd been worth it because
Yeah.
missus is getting a bit bad on her pins. And
That's right. Yeah, I know it's. You know, very
Just to
good.
go up the shops, you know, to
Yeah.
us it would have been worth it, because we've got a little
Yeah,
hill to get up.
that's right. It's the hills that. Yeah.
dear.
No, I've always been on bikes. I mean, I still go out with, but I don't come down here. I
still
walk.
cycle,
I still cycle when the weather's got to be right though. It's got to be
that's
dry.
Warm.
Yeah.
Warm cycling, isn't it?
Yeah, but I went out. I go out.
Brakes won't pull up.
Circuit, you know, I've got a circuit to do, a 15-mile circuit.
Do you
which is
still
good.
do it?
Oh yes, yes. I went out, what was it? I went Sunday. Saturday and Sunday I went out, consecutive days. But of course I get tied now to this one circuit, which is, the apex is at Chislehurst. It's 15 miles, it's a round trip, 15 miles. And I got tied to that one because my wife doesn't like me going out, she worries. You see.
Yes, that's
Because
right.
I've had one or two, you know,
Yeah, you
bumps
worked out that.
during the years, you know, and this one, I can time it. I know it's going to take me about an hour and a quarter, hour and 20 minutes on, so I'll be back. So that's all right. She knows when I'm coming back, you know. She doesn't start worrying until it gets a little bit over time. But if I go somewhere, I don't know how long it's going to take me, see, and so I'm tied to this.
How far out to go then? Further than Chislehurst?
No, the apex is Chislehurst. I go out to Chislehurst and then curve around and it
You go
starts
to the War
coming back.
Memorial at Chislehurst, do you? There's a war
Near there, yes, near there. And I
Before the
turn
Bull
off.
Hotel. You know the Bull Hotel?
Oh
at
yes,
Chislehurst?
yes. Before that,
Just
well,
before that.
I turn off
turned
there. I come up. I got out here, out to through Kidbrook, up Mottingham Lane.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then through to up and down. There's some nice hills there too. It's a good circuit really if you want a bit of exercise. Up and down through Mottingham to Chislehurst, and then curves round, and I come back. Start coming back. I come back through Sidcup Station.
Oh yeah.
Down along Halfway Street.
Yes.
Or what do they call it?
To come up the Black Fen and that way.
No, I come past Avery Hill.
Well, Black Fen's just on the right.
That's right, yeah, well, that's right. I come past Avery Hill and turn to the left.
Left.
Down Westmount Road,
Mm-hmm.
past up down to the Welcome Inn and up and
Now
down
you get to where I
Shipside.
live.
Yeah, that's right. You Broadwalk, you live. don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Well, I passed the end of
You
Broadwalk.
don't go down Broadwalk.
No, I passed the end of it up to the traffic lights opposite the police station and turned left there down the hill.
Well, you won't be able to get down Broadwalk in time because they're going to close it.
Are they? Yeah, I don't come down Broadwalk. I come
Since
down
their
Shipside.
relief road's open.
Oh, yeah.
That's open now. you
Yeah,
know.
that's right.
It's not officially open, but it's being used.
Being
like,
used.
I suppose. I think it's one end's not finished, so that's why it's not officially open, like, you know. But it's made a big difference to us because
Yeah.
I live for two houses off a Broadwalk, but the traffic that used to come round, walk, no matter what time, if I got up to walk myself during the night, you'd always hear cars or motors going
Yeah.
down there, no matter what time it was, like,
Yeah.
you know. But now, it's made a hell of a difference, that
Oh, yeah.
relief road, like, with the big stuff. I don't say so much with cars,
Cars,
because
no,
blokes
still-
still like to take shortcuts, and
That's
you
right.
know, they think getting on the motorway, perhaps a
Yeah.
minor road is a bit quicker, like, you know,
Yeah.
but it's made a hell of a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, it would do, yeah.
No.
But no, I mean, I'd love to go further because I used to do, you know, long trips, Brighton and back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah.
The last long one I did was Newmarket and back. I started going that way out
Did you? Down
because
the
it's a
A11?
bit flatter. Yeah,
Mm.
Newmarket and back.
But
And that was the longest I did. And that was, I don't know how many years ago, about 9 or 10 years ago, I suppose. So,
when my
Did you
son,
belong to a cycling?
no, I never
You just
did.
went-
I just used to go out with a mate of mine. We used to go out, a school friend, in fact, and I still see him, but he can't, he was ill, he came ill and he's not allowed to do cycle now at all. I just go out to see him sometimes.
did
but-
you go to school in Cheltenham?
Yeah, I went to Fosdene.
I went to Fosdene.
Did you? God.
I ain't going to tell you how many years ago.
Before me, I bet.
I'll tell you what happened. I was born in Manchester, or just outside
Oh, well, yeah.
Stockport.
Go on.
Yeah, and my father, pressure motor factory. There was 5 kids in your 8, the old lady and the chap. My father, he'd been apprentice as a cabinet maker,
Oh, yeah.
and he got a job with Venestas. Did you know Venestas?
Oh, Venestas,
Other
yes.
side of the water.
Yeah, yeah.
He got
Packaging.
an under manager's job
Yeah,
there.
kegs and things, yeah.
So we were brought to London. I was actually 5 years old at the time, like, you know. And they came down, the tale goes of they hadn't got a house at that, but they got a house at Greenwich. The old chap had, he booked this house before the old lady and us kids had come down. And it was one of those places, I don't know where the road is at all, it had steps down to the, I don't know, you know, down below, didn't they?
Basement, yeah.
Basement, like, you know. And of course the old lady comes down, takes one look at it, I ain't gonna live there. So they went house hunting and they finished up at Fosdene Road, isn't it? Not Fosdene.
Yeah, there is a Fosdene Road, yeah.
Was it Fosdene Road?
There's no houses there now because Johnson...
Where the fire station was nearly on the corner in the Dover Road. You
At
turned
Wincliffe
off.
Road, you
Wincliffe Road.
Oh,
that's
I
the
lived
one.
in Wincliffe Road as a kid down the bottom.
Well, that's where I
Yeah.
lived at Wincliffe Road. Went to Fosdene Road School.
That's right. Well, because the next... That Sherrington Road School is next door to the old fire station. There's another school, Sherrington Road, at the top of the hill there.
Yeah.
That was an infant school, and I went there as an infant when I started school
School.
at 5. And then when I was about 11, I think, they transferred us to Fosdene.
Yeah, well, I don't remember too much about it. I was only 5 years
Oh,
old.
yeah,
at
you wouldn't
the
remember.
time, like, when I
Yeah.
went to school.
But you lived in that fire station, did you?
No, I
Oh,
lived
no.
in Wincliffe Road.
Oh.
Went to Fosdene Road School.
Oh.
And we were only there 2 years
Oh,
before they moved out to Eltham,
oh, I see.
Grange Hill Road.
Oh, no, Grange Hill Road. I come past there. Of course, it's come past Westmount Road. runs
Westmount
along the
Road,
bottom of
Grange
it,
Hill
doesn't it?
Road. Well, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
in them times, they paid 13 shilling a week rent
Go on.
for the house.
Right.
And of course, with, I suppose, 5 of us, it wasn't quite big enough. They decided to move into Crookston Road.
Oh, yeah, I
Not-
know Crookston
Not very
Road.
far away. And they paid 13 and 6 there, 6pence extra because it had a side entrance. Yeah, go on. Yeah, 6pence
Yeah,
extra for the other side entrance. And we lived in Crookston Road. I went to Gordon School, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, the days I'm talking about was the slump sort
Yeah.
of thing, you know, because my father, he was always one, you had to be apprenticed. You
Yeah.
must be apprenticed.
Yeah, have a trade, yeah.
So they have a trade. So the eldest one, he's dead now, he was apprenticed to engineering with a firm named Beatus Engineering at New Cross.
Mm.
The one 18 months younger than me, he was apprentice to a carpenter in days. And my father took me I always remember it, around all the factories over the other side of the water to try to get me in as apprentice. And I can always remember what one said anyway. He said, I've got 5 boys kicking a football about now and don't know what to do with them. I always remember him saying that, like, as a
Yeah.
kid, and I'm only a youngster. I never got a job, but in the end I fell in the baking trade.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, you know.
Oh, you were in the bakery?
I was in the bakery,
Yeah.
like, you know, I was manager for a firm named Trent's.
Oh, Trent's Cakes, they
Trent's
still go,
Cake.
don't they? Or-
No,
Are they?
I was the manager for them over at Leighton,
Yeah.
and then they had 2 bakeries, and they moved to Ailes at Clevedon,
Oh, yeah.
Somerset.
Somerset,
And
yeah.
I went with them. I was 9 years in Somerset. Matter of fact, I retired when I was in Somerset.
Oh,
I
yeah.
came back this way, like, you know.
Go on.
Now, it's gone, it was sold from Hales to Lyons, and then it was sold from Lyons to Allied Lyons, the brewers.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
this huge.
And I'll get a pension
Yeah.
now, paid. You know, I've had it transferred 3 times.
Yeah.
But I don't mind, because the Allied, it goes up every year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, well, that's all right.
so they,
Yeah.
another bonus they gave, which I wasn't getting before, £500 when I peg out, so I
Oh.
ain't worried. That won't do me any good.
No, you weren't worried.
Yeah, I think somebody, I suppose.
Do you remember any, I was going to say, do you remember any of the old teachers at Fosdene when you were there?
No, not Fosdene, no. I remember 'em at the Gordon at Elton where I went, but I can't remember.
No,
Wasn't it?
Victoria Way. Well, I
Victoria Way.
see, I live right opposite Fosdene School now.
Oh dear.
We moved, well, my wife moved in there while I was still away in the army during the war. She moved in there.
Yeah.
She lived down round in Winkcliffe Road before. We got married in 1944, and we got this house. We rented, I don't know what it was, a couple of rooms or something in that house,
Yeah.
right opposite, and we've been there ever since. When the old lady who owned it, she was an old lady, she had the rest of the house, she died, and our family let us buy it from
Oh,
her,
yeah.
so we've been there ever since, you know.
But the days we're talking about now, there was no Charlton Athletic. Not when I went to Fosdene, well,
Wasn't
Fosdene
there? Oh, well,
came
yes,
out.
yes, World War.
Yeah,
Charlton
yeah.
Athletic only came in, didn't they, Worth?
Yeah.
21.
They came to the Valley in 1919,
19 was it?
but they existed from about 1908 and 1909.
So
Well,
So
say I'm 82 and I was
Yeah.
5 at the time.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be
Yeah.
around, would they?
No.
No, that's right. No, yeah, you go.
But I'll tell you what was around. I think Blackheath Cricket Club and the rugby.
Oh, yeah.
Rectory
Yeah.
field.
Oh, the Rectory Field, yeah.
Yeah, they were around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And cricket used to always be Blackheath and Surrey.
That's right, yeah.
Kent and Surrey.
Kent and Surrey.
That was the big match, wasn't it,
That
every
was
year?
the big match over the
'Cause
years.
that was
like,
one of
you
Kent's
know.
grounds then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
They give
they
it
give it
up.
up, didn't they?
They give it up,
They give it
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Good enough, I suppose.
Okay, oh, I suppose they didn't get the big enough crowds or
That's
something.
something there.
And when did you start following football? Did you used to play football, Percy?
Yeah, I played football. I wasn't very great at it. I was a team called the Eltham Athletic, mostly Sunday mornings.
Yeah, well, I played most of my football.
Couldn't play Saturday if you want to go to football, and that, you know.
That's
Couldn't
right.
play football as well.
That's right.
So I never played much Saturday afternoon. I did play Sunday morning,
Yeah.
but I was never. I had a brother who was pretty good. He played, I think I told it for the Delta Metalworks.
Yeah.
Mm.
Left half, he was pretty good. But I don't think he'd ever made a professional grade. But,
No.
So how did you get involved with Charlton?
well, just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. Just taking it
Just
up, I
happened,
suppose.
didn't it?
Just happens.
I know.
Yeah, somewhere to go, I suppose, because
Yeah, I wasn't.
you didn't sit at home watching telly in them days.
No.
Did you ever see them? Did you see them before they played at the Valley? Or
No,
was it only after they left the Valley?
not before they come to Kent League. I didn't see the first few matches when they came from the Kent League, but there wasn't many matches I missed before I started going down there.
Mm.
So more or less as soon as they were in the league, you were going down there to watch them?
Yeah, because the early days I used to walk round from where we lived in Crookston Road, because there was no houses or nothing, all right by the Brook Hospital and that, it was all fields.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
you know,
I tell you what,
No,
Chris,
nine fields, they used to
Nine
call
field.
them.
Do you remember? I've got a vague recollection. I remember an Alan Cobham's flying flying circus
So
coming
that's-
there.
yeah.
Do you remember I was seeing this bloke going about, you know, hanging on the top of an old biplane. He was up on the top there, riding on the top. And hanging out. Yeah. Alan Cobham's flying circus.
I'll tell you another thing I saw.
Remember
when
that?
I,
That was up there somewhere.
when I was a kid. You know where Shooters Hill Police Station is?
Yeah.
Right at the side there was a balloon there and they blew it up with gas. Of course, they used to ask kids, you know, marvellous.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember that. No, it wasn't before.
But
mine.
during the 14, going back, but during the 1914 war, I was 9 years old, 13 when it finished.
Mm.
We used to go out and watch all the Zeps come up the Thames, you know, all the searchlights on them and that, all our flat about a mile away from them, like, you know, you know. But as kids we used to, I always remember they were doing some road repairs or something, and in them days they used to have a watchman's place, canvas,
Yeah,
didn't they,
yeah,
with a
yeah.
brazier,
Fire.
fire outside, like. So this old watchman, he had one leg, they used to nearly always have a stump, didn't
Yeah,
they,
that's
watchmen?
right.
Like,
Yeah, they used to
Yeah,
do. Funny enough, disabled people, didn't they?
Yeah,
they
why
were
not?
watchmen.
Yeah.
They couldn't do much. I should
No. Well, they were mostly putting lamps out, weren't they?
It was,
Yeah.
they didn't have much trouble, I suppose. They just put the lamps out.
Lamps out and that.
kept
Well,
them
he used to
filled.
pull it in under the cameras, and us kids used to sit in there watching the Zeps.
Go on.
Yeah, but, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. And then I remember one Saturday, there was, this is in history, 30 golfers came over. And do you know what? They looked about our size,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't hit one of them. And
No.
they were silly in them days, it just shows you, because they were all in a bunch.
Ah.
They wasn't
30
spread out.
golfers.
Yeah,
They were
what
bombers,
a target.
bombers, weren't
And
they?
that bombers
Yeah,
they were,
yeah.
golfers.
German bombers,
German
yeah.
bombers.
Yeah, I remember
And they
these
couldn't
back
hit them.
then, Yeah.
And yet they were like a round table all together. Like
You wouldn't
proper
have thought they
target.
could have missed,
No,
yeah.
no, you wouldn't
Yeah,
have thought they
no.
couldn't have missed. And they were just, they looked to go in, as far as I
Were they
remember.
bombing?
They went,
They dropped bombs.
I never saw them drop
Oh,
any
yeah.
bombs. No, but I think they did. But yeah, but a bomb used to only be as big as Orange.
Yeah. Just took out by hand.
Yeah, yeah, because the house we moved out into Grange Hill Road from Crookston, that had a bomb dropped on it, and it only took the room at the back. Good job we wasn't living there because it's where we slept. But it only took that room off the house. It never did any more damage, like, you know.
No.
I mean, there were no size, like, you know.
No. Small things. God. You've seen something. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't born till 1919, you see. It was all over when I was there.
1905 when I was born.
But, oh, yeah.
But I think even with the Zeppelins coming over, I mean, they should have been able to hit them because they were so
Yeah.
big and
Well,
they
they
moved so
I
slowly.
always remember Jack named
Yeah.
Robinson, VC Robinson, they gave him a VC for bringing it down at Enfield.
Mm.
That was the first one, and
Mm.
he got over the top of it in aeroplane.
Yeah.
That's how he brought it down. They never used to hit them. And of course, in the last war, they put up all them barrage balloons
Oh, yeah.
to stop. Well, they never thought of that in the First World War.
Mm.
No.
So-
Barrage balloons, I think they destroyed quite a few planes there.
Yeah.
One way and another, the barrage
But
balloon.
you talk about like First World War silence. I can always remember the first air raid, or first air raid was going to be mooted. A policeman went round on a bicycle, take cover. You had a placard. Yeah, right on a bicycle, take cover. No sirens.
Blowing his
the
whistle, I
sirens
suppose.
come in later, but that was, you know, the first I ever saw of a warning. Was
Well,
a
how
policeman.
did he give the all clear then?
Well, he went round again on the bike with an unclear notice. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah, that's you go back in history and you see that's not right.
Yeah, yeah. Strange, isn't it?
And another thing I've seen in my life, I know I'm spouting a bit, but I don't know whether you've ever seen it. Straw putting down in the road because a person in the house has had hills where there mustn't be no noise. And there were only horse and carts in them days, but they used to put
Yeah.
straw down, so when the carts went over,
Dead and sad.
dead in the sand.
I've Never heard of that.
Yeah,
Never
yes,
heard of that
that's.
But I'll tell you what I do remember.
Don't worry about that now, do
Don't
I?
worry about it. No, they don't give a, no. But I'll tell you what I do remember at school one afternoon, the headmaster came round, at Fosdene this was, and he said, will you try and keep the noise down at playtime because there's a man living opposite. That was in Fosdene Road itself. I don't know how it is. He's very ill and he's dying. So try and keep the noise down. Well, I mean, it was a bit kids running around on the playground. You know what it's like at playtime. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone ever took any notice. The poor old fellow must have.
Yes, this was.
But that was all. I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
You remember the old fever cards, do you?
No.
Don't you remember fever vans?
No, that's before my time.
Old
Before
fever
my
vans.
memory.
Used to be horse and cart pulled in the van, and they used to like any kids had fever because fever was
Oh, yeah.
rampant
Fever
around them
was
days,
scarlet
like,
fever.
you know.
Scarlet fever.
And these vans used to come around and take all the bedding away
Yeah.
in the van, like you know, I suppose fumigating and that, and then bring it back again, like you know. Of course, they used to take kids to hospital, then, didn't they? Because
Yeah.
the Brook Hospital was a fever hospital,
Mm.
nothing else. Oh, this might make you smile. And you know, after the kids were getting better on fever, with fever, you know where they used to take them for convalescent? Used to bring them down to Woolwich on a motor,
Take on the ferry.
take them, put them on a barge and take them down to Dartford.
Did they?
And that used to be convalescent.
Because they had a
Go
fever hospital at Dartford as well.
True, go on.
Yeah,
They had a fever hospital at Dartford.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right, they had fever
Yeah.
hospital at Dartford. Like,
Yeah, I can remember that one. My brothers went there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's what they used to do.
It's a sea voyage, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course, my young days, people from Deptford and that sort of way, they used to come out to Chislehurst or Dartford
That's right.
Heath, and that was a daily outing, wasn't
Oh
it?
yes,
Yeah, it was,
yes.
Countryside,
Yeah.
They used to sit on the, was a bit of sand at Greenwich Pier. Sit
Yeah.
out there and have a picnic.
Yeah.
Didn't they, down there in the 1930s, they imported the beach, didn't they? One really
Yeah.
hot summer, they brought in thousands of tons of
That's right.
sand.
Imported the sand. That's
Just
right.
dumped it down.
We used to go swimming in there as well.
Yeah.
Greenwich Borough Council employed a lifesaver around it. That man Albert Keys, I knew him well.
Yeah.
Bit dirty, I just think.
Yeah, he used to come out and used to have round your mouth and big, they say he had a moustache. He'd always come round your mouth, they're all black.
Yeah.
But they do say it was cleaner then, but whether it was or not, I don't know.
It was clean dirt.
Well, you didn't know where else to go, really.
In your cycling runs, did you ever go up over Shooters Hill?
Oh yes.
Did you? Well, I remember the time when buses couldn't get over there. They used to, their engines wasn't strong enough. They used to turn, never went to Welling or anywhere like that. They used to turn around at a red line halfway up.
Oh, the
Shooters
red
Hill.
line, yes, I know.
That used to be the bus turn round. They never went over
Couldn't get
Shooters
up the
Hill.
hill.
No, the engines wasn't strong enough.
Strong enough. No,
Yeah,
it was pretty steep, that last bit of Shooters Hill,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that was nice. And I've walked with the old chap and us 5 kids. We've walked from Welling back up Shooters Hill, up the Stony Alley, and we've heard nightingales. We used to step and listen, and used to hear nightingales, right? Because there was all fields. There was just odd house here and there,
Yeah.
but there was, you know, sort of all fields all out there, and it was very quiet, and you come up there.
Country, it was Kent, wasn't it?
Matter of fact, 1940 war, we walked up there and got challenged, friend or foe. Yeah, army
France
camp.
would be recognised,
Yeah, there was
yeah.
army camp on the side of Stony Alley,
Where's Stony
What?
Alley now?
right opposite the Bull Hotel,
Oh, opposite the pool.
right opposite the Bull.
Oh yes.
So, you know, yeah, we were friend or foe, and all that, the old chap saying friend, like, yeah, very good. Yeah, but write a book, I suppose.
Yeah, you could. I'm sure you could. Remember the old buses and that, those days had solid tyres, didn't they? I remember the old buses with solid tyres. You were going to Woolwich with solid
And there used
tyres.
to be, last ones I remember of those was the number 1s and the 47 used to go down Deptford High Street. And they had solid tyres, and if you went upstairs, you had a tarpaulin.
That's right,
Well,
tarpaulin,
to
if
put
it
over
rained,
your-
there was a
Yeah.
tarpaulin
Put
over
over your
the
washing
seat.
machine.
But you
And,
know, no roof.
no roof, so you either got wet or put up umbrella, but there wasn't any umbrellas in them days. If you had umbrella, you was considered to be, you know,
Yeah, but what was the best
down
part?
underneath.
What was the best part of those things? Well, you know, them rubber you used to pull up over you, didn't you? And you used to
And
do
they
two knots, you fixed the...
That's right, you fixed them on.
Yeah,
so
but
you
They had these
Weren't they good when you...
press studs.
That's
And
right,
on the
yeah.
front of the seat, you would push
Front of the seat.
clip the tarpaulin onto it, and then when you got up, you had a big pool of water there,
Yeah,
and you
but
just
what-
tip it off and get.
But weren't they useful when you were courting?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, it's undercover. Yeah. I can remember those. I mean,
yeah.
not long before war.
I mean, there was three. There was the well, I know it used to run
Well,
along
they
to
were
Woolwich.
two. There wasn't
Tillings,
London Transport. They were Thomas Tillings and a General.
Yeah, that's right.
General,
yeah,
and then
Two
Timson's came
private
along with the
companies.
silver one.
Yeah.
And Timson's come out and
Didn't
took
they?
over.
Silver buses.
Silver
And then
buses,
London-
yeah, it used
And
to...
they used to run.
London Transport took over, didn't it? After
Yeah.
the war,
Well, now it's all going back. It seems to be.
Yes, it seems
Going
to
back
be,
that way.
yeah, but they wasn't very good days because the booming buses, private ones, they'd only stop where there was a crowd of people.
Yeah.
If you were there on your own, no mate, they'd fly by.
I got that just the other day. I was trying to get a bus. One of these new
Changes.
blue ones came
That's
going
right,
past.
yeah, you don't know
And
what
I was the
you
only one
gotta
there to request stop. Had my arm out, waving at him. He just looked at me, just drove
Oh
straight
yeah,
past.
Yeah.
they do that,
Yeah.
private buses, they
Sure,
only pick up where they, you know, could do
Yeah.
blood stuff.
I was livid.
Yeah, I think
It was raining as well.
Yeah, and it's raining. Funny enough, though, that Thomas Tilling bus that used to run to Croydon and to Woolwich, from Woolwich to Croydon, it was a 75 bus then, and it's still a 75.
75, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the general one was a 54. That's
Still a 54.
It's funny, they never changed
Yeah.
those numbers.
Well, the 47 still runs down Deptford.
That's
down
right,
Deptford
yeah,
High
High
Street,
Street, yeah.
47 is still
But I-
there. They altered the number 1 just recently, but
Yeah,
it's still on the
slightly
same
different
route,
route now.
Lewisham and...
Yeah.
See, this is used to be our Sunday nights and Saturday nights when we had no telly and that. We used to go out the Monkeys Parade, you
Oh,
know, either Lewisham or one of the main roads, like, you know. And I can always remember, you remember the old trams?
Oh, yeah.
The back, they had an oval seat, didn't they?
Oval seat at the back,
Front,
yeah.
Front.
Well, there used to be about 4 of us knock about on a Sunday night going down to Lewisham. I'll always remember this one. And the conductor, he come upstairs and sat with us, like, you know, and he says, I'll tell you a little tale. He said, the other day, he said, on my tram, he said, 2 girls got on. He said, they said, two to the Dun Cow, Old Kent Road. He said, do you know what? They got on my tram, he said, on the same way back, and you know what they said? 2 Dun Cows. And that's years and years ago. But you told me something happened yesterday, I'll forget it.
Yeah, I know, it's surprising. Yeah,
Yeah, they used to reverse the seats, didn't they, on the trams?
Yeah, yeah.
The train couldn't turn round, so when you got to the end of the journey,
Yeah.
the driver
Yeah.
would come back and turn all the seats back, so...
All wooden seats,
Yeah,
weren't
wooden
they?
seats, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
They
It
all
was really
had them
uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, they used
Yeah.
to rock and sway up the top of
Yeah, but they wouldn't have done the damage like they do on the seats today. With
No,
them
no,
seats.
you
No,
Yeah.
no, you can't do that.
No,
Yeah, the old driver used to have big gloves, didn't he, on the open front, weren't they?
Yeah.
First trams and so,
yeah.
big gloves and a Mac.
That's right, yeah.
We used to come to Willie sometimes on a Saturday or Sunday nights. We used to different times, right? You know, I always remember we picked up, me and one of the chaps we picked up with a couple of girls from Custom House. So of course break up, leave the others, go with these 2 girls, right? You know, go over the ferry, right over the ferry. Local Custom House used to be a penny in the train, I think, something like that. And got out Custom House, stood on the corner, having a laugh and talking to them. All of a sudden, one of the roads there, just sort of where the bridge went over the road opposite, up went the window and out come a bloody Jerry. Bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that night we come back, it was a bit late I suppose, about 12, perhaps 1 o'clock, because we used to hang about, knock about and that. We come back, had to walk because the no friends and that, we walked back over the customer, come over one of them bridges, you know, over the railway, bridges, like. No, me, halfway over the other side, there was a copper fast asleep. Yeah, another thing I remember.
It's funny these things stick in your mind.
Yeah, they, you know, they're not very,
Yeah, it's
you know,
funny.
but they do stick.
Yeah, little disconnected items
That's
years
right.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only takes someone to say something. It triggers off a whole
Triggers
load
it
of
off,
things.
a whole load, yeah.
Yeah. Well, one thing starts another, like you sort
Yeah.
of remember, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. As you say, can't remember what happened last week. Look.
No,
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Strange.
I remember getting a good hiding when I went to, I was an infant, I couldn't have been more than about 6, well, perhaps 5 or 6, going up to Shepperton School, and it was snow was on the ground, and my mother had given me, I think it was £0.50 to get a new school cap, because my old school cap I thought a bit, and I lost the blooming thing, going up the road, I must have lost it, it must have fallen out of my pocket. I was searching around in the snow for the blooming half, I never found it, when I got home, I'm like, God, you should be more careful. £0.50 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I had to wear my old
If you had
school
a-
cap for a while, then to make up for it, you know.
I mean, you remember up the street, a bloke had the police come round because the bloke had £5 note, white £5 note. The police come round your house, won't know where you got it from.
Got it from.
Yeah, it's so unusual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was, but
Yeah,
yeah.
the old white, big white £5
Yeah,
note.
£5 note.
I mean, you'd never see one then when you were
No,
a kid, and
no.
then someone up the road had one, police say, well, we'll come round and investigate.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, they used to knock you off them days if you hadn't got a lamp on your
Yeah,
bike.
that's right. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you hadn't got a lamp on your bike, you got £0.50 fine or something like that. Yeah.
I've been stopped, you know, years ago, I've been stopped at night, and never fined, but the policeman say, you know, your lamp's gone out, you know, oh yeah.
That's right, yeah.
It's a new battery or something, you know.
Ah, but before that, we used to, the lamp on the top with a candle.
Carbide,
Oh, yeah, I saw
no,
it.
before the carbide, you know, before
Yeah.
the...
Remember oil lamp?
one,
There was
there
oil
used to be used to put a candle, not an oil lamp with a wick.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that
I
was
remember seeing them. Yeah.
And it used to get hot. And
That's
you'd
right.
at night go out and the copper come along. So I got a light, he put his head on top. Move!
That's it.
You knew you had it on a minute.
Yeah. Then that came in what you were saying
carbide.
about carbide.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
Yeah, you had to fill them with water, didn't you?
You
So
put
put
water in the
in it.
carbide and it would burn,
Yeah,
like
see, if-
sort of a yellow light.
If you got out and you got stuck, yeah, no water, you peeled it. No.
Yeah.
That's,
They mess you up with things, wouldn't they?
yeah. Oh dear. Going back now.
I remember seeing them, but I never had one. They were batteries.
Oh,
weren't
we
they?
had that kind. The tubing used to get kinked, didn't it? You know, like hose pipe gets kinked. Like,
Yeah.
You know, down at the
Yeah.
bottom, isn't it? Well, the tubing used to get kinked like that, like put your light out. I also remember the first bike was Hercules.
Oh, yeah, they were all the rage, Hercules. They're cheap.
They were
£3 or something.
£3.50
That's
Yeah.
right.
a shilling a week.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
well,
right, Hercules.
That's Hercules bike,
Yeah.
£3.50. Paid a shilling a week.
Yeah,
That was the first.
Hercules.
I always remember my boy when he got his first bike, he used to always do paper rounds. He's always worked like, you know, and he saved up £40. And I'm talking about 30 years ago, I suppose. A lot of money, 34, 35 years ago. And he went up to the Go Lane to buy a bike. Told him not to, but there you are, he went up. And he was buying a bike, and he got tapped on the shoulder. And he's, you buying that bike, son? Yeah. You won't buy that bike, he said, because I'm knocking that chap off. It's a pinched bike. So he never bought that. But you know what he did? He come home and he bought, do you remember a Claude Butler?
Oh, yeah, it's called
He
Butler.
bought a Claude
It's made
Butler.
our racing.
£40.
Yeah.
All through in them days,
Yeah.
£40. Made at New Cross, wasn't they, somewhere?
That's right,
They did
yeah.
have, So,
No, they had a shop at Lewisham, didn't they? Lewisham High Road, they had a shop called Butler. You can still buy claw
Can
butter,
you
right?
still
Can
buy?
you?
Yeah, but they've
Name
retained the
back,
name, but
Name,
one of the
yeah,
big companies, I know it was part of Raleigh or something, yeah.
Yes,
They
right.
retained the name. You
They have a good bite, one of the
Thick ones,
cold
good
butter.
butter.
Yeah, he bought one for you. He had it years and years and years,
Yeah,
you know.
they do.
Like you said, you used to go a distance. Well, he used to go out and he used to say, "Oh, I went out to Ramsgate today." Where did you know? Went there and say, "No, what you used to do? Post the postcard home
To prove it.
Right, to prove it." And everywhere he went after,
Yeah.
he posted a
Oh, we used to
postcard.
do that sometimes. Yes, send a
Prove we did
postcard
it.
to prove we got there.
Yeah.
That's right.
The
Yeah.
postcard was only about 80 in them days. wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was nothing really. So, I remember once my mate and I, this bloke I was talking about, we went on a week's tour. You know, it wasn't all that long ago, I suppose, really. I mean, I was married. I mean, our wives were very good letting us go on this week's tour. We weren't camping or anything, you know, we did bed and breakfast and that. But it was a tour of the Norfolk area, you know.
Oh, yes.
And I remember we got up to Great Yarmouth eventually, and sitting on a seat looking at a map, trying to sort of planning out where we were going next, you know. And a policeman came along, and he, I can remember, we've never forgotten him. We're looking at this map on the seafront of Great Yarmouth, and he says, "Don't tell me you're lost." He said. Don't tell me you're lost. We used to enjoy those trips. Hashing. Oh dear.
People don't seem to do that so much these days, though, do they?
I don't seem to, no.
My father, he spent a week in Holland with his mate cycling.
Oh yeah,
This
I've
was
never been
just
abroad,
after the
so-
war.
Yeah,
You know, and they went all around Holland. In fact, they got as far as Paris, I think.
yeah.
They got the boat across to France, went to Paris, and cycled up to Holland and got the boat back to Harwich.
Yeah.
And cycled all the way back to Bristol.
Yeah, it's a blooming good trip. And another trip, we went to the tour of the West Country, and we ended up at Bristol too. Well, we didn't, our furthest point was Bristol, and I remember I phoned my wife that night there was a phone box by the Clifton
On the bridge,
suspension bridge. You know, I remember phoning her from there and saying we're by the bridge, and we stayed in a boarding house I remember it now, Berkeley Square. Berkeley Square, Bristol.
Bristol, yeah.
Yeah.
And from there we went.
So that's where all the old solicitors are and that now.
Is
like,
it?
you
I
know,
don't know.
yeah, they got most of the offices around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we stayed, and well, we did bed and breakfast every time, and then from there we came back through the next day through Weston-super-Mare.
Tell them what you paid for bed and breakfast. Half a
Oh,
grand.
That's all it was.
Well, no, it was a bit more than that.
Was
I
it?
don't know though. Yes.
Half a crown, I
Because
reckon.
this would be what about 20 years ago. 20.
Oh yeah, you'll come in a bit later.
Yes,
yeah,
a bit
so you'll come
later.
a bit later.
I don't know. I suppose we paid £4, something like that. 3 or 4 quid.
Oh, much is that?
Yeah,
Oh.
something like that. And but we found some very nice. You know, I mean, we didn't know, and we just when it got near dusk, you know, we sort of looking around for somewhere to stay.
You
Yeah.
nearly always get in.
Always get in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
always
no
get in.
trouble like it is today.
Always find somewhere.
Yes, you'd always find somewhere.
I reckon I could still do it. I could still do these trips. Wife won't let me, you see.
Mm.
I daren't. She won't let me.
That's right, they get
You
worried.
know, she worries stiff. I wouldn't want to worry her like that. You know, she worries enough going out for an hour and a quarter or whatever it is.
Blimey, I thought I'd only got the worry her.
Have you? Oh, your
Yeah,
wife?
she worries.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you got your identification on her? She says. Have you got your bus pass on you? You know, when you're going out anywhere. That's all if you're going out.
If my wife had nothing to worry about, she'd worry about what she'd got nothing to
Worry about.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
It's funny, Percy, because in days gone by, it was me that was the worrier.
Yeah, my wife never worried days.
And she never worried. That's right, and she's turned right round. I don't worry now, and she does. It's strange. Yeah, I don't worry about a thing hardly now.
No,
Except that Charlton are going to win on Saturday.
Yeah,
That's the-
I take it day by day now.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't. But she does. But I used to worry about everything. I used to be a hell of a worrier.
Did you?
Yeah, all my life. Until now, and I don't worry
No,
about a thing.
I
It's
never
funny.
worried
It's-
over much.
You know, I think I suddenly thought, well, what the hell? It's
You
not going to make
realised
any
afterwards
difference.
it wasn't worth worrying
No,
about.
waste of time,
What
isn't
to worry
it?
about?
Sheer waste of time, really. Worrying about things doesn't alter what's going on.
Can't alter it, so why worry?
That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, well, I never. Just get them photographs, by the way.
I forgot to bring them down.
Oh.
I've got the contact sheets. No, all the little the negatives have just been printed up on the contact sheets.
Oh, yes.
I've got all them. They've all come out all right.
Oh, good.
And I'll bring them down. We've got next week. We're on.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
on next week.
We're on
aren't
next
we?
week. Then we've got a week off.
Oh, I see.
And then start. We're going to really try hard to get some
I
fresh
see.
people coming down to get some
Yes,
some,
if
get
you
some new
can.
stories going.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
get some. I don't know. How'd you get on? Did you go?
Well, I'm putting the word around and
I
try
see.
again with the Mercury. I'm going to write a letter to the Mercury this week.
Yeah.
I'll try and get them to print something. It won't be next week. It'll be in the week after.
Yeah.
Try and get some more people down because I mean there are people who will come down.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I was saying earlier, going to try and
What the Cheltenham. Occasionally I went to another match, but it was never interested to me
No,
to
not
go
the
to
same.
another match. No.
No, that's right.
what was your favourite ground? Would have to be the Valley, would it?
I treat the Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went over West Ham once or twice.
So you're here next week.
We're here next
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Then we've got a week's break.
You've got a week off, and
Because
then
next week is for last week when I couldn't make it down.
Oh,
You
I
see,
see.
next
Yeah.
week's one in lieu for last week.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I was just thinking, what about the old boys on the turnstiles? If there was a big queue before when you were trying to get in and the teams were coming out,
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah, it's big.
you just
they
have
had
to.
to take some sticks sometimes.
Your
didn't they?
eyes wasn't kicked in front
Yeah,
of you, it was
hurry up.
pushing two in together.
That's right. And then you get some bloke in front of you, you know, wanting to change a fibre or something. Hurry up! And you hear the cracker.
They'd be worse
Yeah.
now because they can bring out their credit cards.
Oh God, yeah. Blimey, the people in the supermarket.
Yeah, they get-
Oh God, you always get behind one.
They
don't
know
you?
they're going to the supermarket. Why don't they
Yeah.
fill it in by just the price? This is what beats me
Yeah.
before they go.
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
get the cash out or something. But
Yeah, because they
And
don't.
they
want
wait till all the stuff's gone through the till, and then they're sort of slowly packing it in the bags. They pack it in the bags and they come back.
They come
Got a
back
pen?
with-
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my card?
We always seem to get stuck behind one of them.
Yeah.
No, the old turnstiles, I don't know.
Yeah, but they had the old-fashioned ones at Charlton, didn't they?
Yeah.
You used to take half out, sometimes to work in the birds.
Yeah,
to
they used
get
to
you
get-
through.
The bloke used to be able to stop it with his foot, didn't he, or something?
Yeah,
With
that's
a
right.
lever or something, I never.
Foot leader.
Yeah.
One of the
What-
players used to be on the turnstile, didn't he? Lee, he was a turnstile operator. Played
Yeah,
for
but so they say, he was a
Yeah.
turn at the back. Yeah. I've seen that.
Well, they made a fortune, some of them.
Oh yeah, letting people. Yeah.
Well, do you know, I always swore that at the Valley, the gates they used to give, I mean, this is going back years, the gates they used to give out were less than what was actually in the
Actually,
ground.
yeah,
I
that's right.
swore that, you know.
Yeah.
You used to go and say, oh, 25,000 here a day, it must be, you know.
Yeah.
And they'd come
Yeah,
out
about
15,000.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, there must have been a fiddle going on, I thought. I really think so.
Never know.
We were trying to remember the two players who Charlton signed from Holland. Was it Holland or?
Oh, yeah, well, I couldn't
We
remember
couldn't
their name.
No, I can see the
I
players.
can't even
but
remember
can't
him doing
remember.
it,
Can't
yeah.
remember.
How many games do they play?
Not very many.
No,
I would
they
say
didn't play
about. They were with the club about half the season, and one player I suppose played about. They'd started, can't be all that long ago because they've come on as subs, didn't they?
Yeah, they come on as
to
big
see the
name,
people-
didn't they?
Oh,
You know,
they
Ballet Who, like, when they
Oh,
came.
yeah, they had
I
the
think you
band,
don't remember. Yeah.
How
They
long
had
ago
the
was
band
it?
and the
Jim?
flags. Well, since they've had substitutes, and that's not all that
Oh,
long
well, it's
ago.
now, it
Yeah.
can't be all that long ago, I suppose.
Because they had a habit of bringing on them. This other winger would come on as a substitute.
Substitute, yes.
But the
I
bloke
can't
chap who
think of
played
their
centre
names.
forward, he played well, I suppose 4 or 5 games.
Centre forward.
He was centre forward. Thick set chap, bow-legged.
I thought of a player I've forgot him now. I can't think of him again. I was going to mention during the week. I thought of one, and I thought, oh, I'll mention it when I go down. But it's gone all together.
Well, a recent player, an old player.
An old player, yeah. Played with him for quite a time.
I was doing some transcribing the other day, and there was the bit talking about two players that had come from Port Vale, Jimmy Oakes
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy
and
Oakes.
was it Iville.
Oh, he came
That's
from
right.
Wolves, did he? Ivor? Did he?
How was his name spelled?
I-V-I-double-L.
I-V-E-L-L.
Was it I-V-I or I-V-E?
I couldn't quite work it out on the tape.
Originally, I remember Jimmy Oakes.
I-V-I-double-L.
No, I can't place him.
Talking about Bristol Rovers, I mean, Bert Tan was Bristol Rovers manager.
Yes.
Taking
Yeah,
Charlton,
Bert
didn't he?
Tan,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Bert Tan.
Well, they had quite a few of their players went as
Well,
managers.
managers,
You know? One
yes, they
period,
did.
they were all going as
Yeah, they had a lot,
managers.
didn't
Bill
they?
Smith,
Yeah.
Tan,
Yeah.
and the other fella who played, he went to America and come back manager of Millwall, was centre up. Oh, I thought of his name the other day.
He's gone.
Yeah, I know, I get this.
Jago.
Jago.
Oh,
Jago. Yeah.
That's right.
He's a QPR for a while as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he went to
yeah.
manage QPR. I went to America, came back, and neither was going to take over manager of Charlton, but he turned it down, didn't he? When it was vacancy.
What's the name of the one who went to Plymouth? Supposed to have had to tie up with boys.
Oh, that was what's his name? I know him quite well. We played with him.
Who was that?
He went to manage. Well, it's the same player, Manchester City. Called Addison.
Allison.
No,
Yeah.
Malcolm Addison.
Yeah. Didn't he have TB or something? Or?
Yeah, he went. He played.
That's right.
He played for. I used to play with him or against him sometime because we were in the same league. He used to play for Bexley. A team called Welling. We used to
Oh,
play
yeah,
on what
Welling.
is now the old Welling
Welling United.
football. Welling
Oh, yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
It was Bexley and Welling there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Part of you. Is that the way? Is that the
yeah,
way?
that's
Part
right.
of you.
Yeah.
They never had any changing rooms then. We used to change in switch shop over the road, right across the road. And Addison was playing then for
Then?
this team, and then eventually they built the ground up. And they built changing rooms and everything there, and it became Bexley when it became Charlton's nursery club.
Yeah.
And Addison was chosen from there, picked up by the scouts, and played for Charlton reserves for quite a long while. And he played a few games in the first team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And
Allison playing.
then he went to West Ham. He was captain of Charlton
That's
for a
right,
while.
yeah,
He played-
yeah.
He was also captain for a while at West Ham. And then he developed TB and he had one lung removed.
Yeah, then there was
He was
a
out of football.
tale about him with the boys, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Because I never knew that until I went to Plymouth once,
Yeah.
and Charlton were playing there,
He was manager.
and he was manager, and
He
the
was
chap
manager.
I was on my own, and the chap I stood next to,
Mm.
he told me all about him.
Well, I've got a big- I mean,
I never knew all this
Mm.
trouble. Well, he said, don't know why he brought him here. He says, interfering with our boys and all this. He was telling me, like, you know, I never knew nothing about it until I went to Plymouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never knew nothing about it at all. I've never heard of it.
Something about it.
Yeah, well, because he went to West Ham and he had this operation. He was out of football for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, he managed a Sunday morning team called Elton Athletic, or Elton. And I went and saw him play up at,
Real.
no, well, Blackhead Rugby Club, Rectory
Oh,
Field.
Rectory
They used to
Field.
play, had a pitch up there, and you don't play up there now.
No.
And shortly after that, he went as a manager to Bath,
Oh, do you?
Bath City,
Bath
he was
City.
manager of Bath City.
Yeah.
And that's why he worked himself back in football. And from Bath he went to Plymouth as a manager.
Yeah.
And from Plymouth he went to Manchester City.
Yeah.
And he
I
became with
remember
the old Arsenal player, Joe Mercer.
that. Joe Mercer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe
yeah,
Mercer
yeah.
was
Combination.
the manager, and he was
Partnership, yeah.
Allison was assistant. Then when Mercer left, Allison took over as manager, and he took him did European football, didn't he?
Yeah.
Big,
Well, he did, but
one
yeah.
big coach, wasn't he? Won the
Coaches,
world
yeah.
and much one.
Well, wasn't Lenny Lawrence with him at Plymouth? Lenny Lawrence.
I don't know if Lenny Lawrence was with Allison.
Malcolm Addison, because he's
No.
always saying he learned a lot from Malcolm Addison at Plymouth.
He quite
Yeah,
possibly was
Lawrence
there at that
was-
time.
Coach or something, I don't know.
Yeah, because Lawrence went from there to Lincoln, didn't he, as a
That's right.
manager, and then
Yeah.
back then to Charles. But yeah, I can remember Malcolm Allison right from a lad. And now, because he went abroad, didn't he, to manage some.
Is he abroad now?
I think he's abroad now. Went to Scandinavian team, and then he went to another team in Europe.
Yeah, he's flamboyant.
And he
sort of
came back
character.
recently to manage another team over here, Middlesbrough, was it? Middlesbrough.
Oh, he's back, manager.
No, and he got thrown out.
Did he?
Yeah, that's right.
So he's not working.
I don't think he's doing anything at the moment. Don't know.
I can't.
He's one of these men like Tommy Docherty, isn't he? He's,
Yeah, no, he's been around.
Yeah, they're linking Tommy Docherty with the Wales manager now. That's the latest name to be suggested. Tommy
Anyone,
Docherty.
anyone is available.
Yeah, running out of names now, yeah.
Am I right? Was a centre forward come down to Charlton Turnbull?
Bert Turnbull.
Yeah, he had a name, didn't he? As a footballer. Perhaps I got the name wrong, but they had a footballer come to Charlton
Yeah.
Bert Turner.
with a
was
good
it?
name.
Oh, Bert
Well, I'll
Turner,
tell you,
yes. Bert,
and he never did a lot.
Turner was Bert, yeah.
Yeah.
Turner, I don't know.
No, Bert Turner, he never came. He was there as comparatively young, but he was a full-back and a half-back, wasn't he, Bert
He
Turner?
came out of the army, didn't he? Like
Yeah,
Smith, I
think he
believe.
did. No, he was never centre-forward. It must have been
No,
another
it's right,
player
yeah.
they had come. He came there as a centre-forward.
Who, Turnbull?
No, I say the chap you're thinking of.
Yes, wasn't Carlton, was he?
No, well, I'll tell you bloke it might have been. They had a centre-forward came from Charlton. He was an international player.
Yeah.
And he played for Ipswich.
You're
right.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Day.
What's his name?
Crawford.
Crawford.
Ray
Crawford. That's the
yeah,
one I was
that's the
trying
one,
to think
Ray
of.
Crawford.
Crawford.
Ray
And
Crawford.
I remember him down there,
Yeah.
and he scored a brilliant goal. He went right from the Charlton penalty right the way through and hit it in, you know.
He didn't last long, though, did
No,
he?
he's only there for a few
He
matches.
had a bit of friction between
And
him
it
and the
was
manager.
some sort of an argument with
Yeah.
the president, with the manager.
That's
Because
right.
he was in his late 30s, it'd be about
Yeah, he
39,
was what I
39,
think he
yeah.
came there.
But he
went
was
to-
a real good player.
Yeah,
was
I
a good
couldn't think of
player.
his name.
There was
Ray
a
Crawford.
partnership, wasn't there, at Ipswich with the other bloke, Crawford, and great goal-scoring
He
partnership.
played
with
for
another
England,
fella.
didn't he? Quite
Yeah,
well for
yeah, he
England,
was
Crawford.
well.
And he went to Colchester, I think, after.
Yeah, what was the other chap he played with? I can't remember now.
No, I can't. Ray Crawford and
Because at Ipswich, that was before Robson took over there as manager, and then he had the England manager, was the manager there, wasn't he, after that? The Jewish paper Tottenham fullback. Bert Ramsey.
Oh, Ramsey, yeah.
Bert Ramsey.
who the hell was?
Full names come back.
I can't think of this partner at Ipswich, and it was a famous partnership, you know, wasn't it?
I
Goal-scoring
can remember it
partnership.
was, yeah.
So famous, I can't remember who it was.
Well, I couldn't remember that name. Come
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
But,
That's carried a bit of a character. I think Fermani was manager at the time, and I think he fell out with Eddie Fermani.
yeah, I think so, yeah.
He couldn't get on, I think.
No.
Fermani was managed for about 10 years, wasn't he?
As long as that, was he really?
Is that right?
No, I don't think he was that
No, I
long.
shouldn't think we would have been.
I'm not sure, but I don't think it was.
No.
Who was manager up to 1970?
Well, the
Through the
chap,
60s.
what's his name? Boker went down to Gillingham. What was his name?
Peacock.
Oh, Peacock.
Keith Peacock.
No, Peacock was never manager.
No, he was
Peacock
the
went to
manager.
manage
He went
for Gillingham, he was
managing
playing.
Gillingham.
No, he was the
All the names are sticking today.
big
And
fella.
Nelson.
Nelson.
Andy
That's right,
Nelson.
Andy Nelson.
Andy Nelson.
Andy Nelson.
That's right.
Yeah.
But they've chucked Peacock out now, haven't they? There was trouble there.
Yeah,
well,
I
he's
know,
you know
right.
where Peacock is now. He's gone back to his son played for Queen's Park Rangers, didn't he? And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's still there. We've got transfer, but Peacock's gone there as assistant manager. at
Has
Queen's
he?
Park Rangers.
Queen's
Has he?
Park Rangers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he did well at Gillingham, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
He was doing all right, I thought.
Must have been some trouble there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens in all football clubs, doesn't it?
Oh, it happened.
It's a turbulent business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No security for anyone.
No, not really. No.
They had got some couple of good players come from Gillingham, shall we? Tideman.
Tideman, yeah.
Yeah.
he's-
George
yeah.
Tadman before
Tadman,
that, years
yeah.
ago. And Morris Tadman, his brother.
Yeah.
His younger brother. He never, he didn't sort of catch on, but
Now, who else came after? What's his name was man? Nelson. And then
Stoker,
there's Stoker.
Stoker,
Oh,
Bob Stoker.
Bob Stoker.
Bob Stoker. But he went somewhere and did well for a little while.
Sunderland, he was at, wasn't he?
Oh no,
Yeah.
he went to Carlisle.
Yeah, one he did,
He
one
was
he
at
didn't
Sunderland,
do
when
well
they beat
with,
Leeds
one he
and
didn't do so
when they
bad
won- when they
with.
won
That's
the
right,
cup.
they won the cup, yeah.
And they
that's
beat Leeds in the
right.
final.
Yeah,
So
I remember seeing him
Sunderland
roll
was
around the
Sunderland.
cup,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember he done
That's
well
right.
with one, but the other
Yeah.
one he didn't do well
No,
with.
he went to Carlisle after.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a off the beaten track place, isn't it? Oh,
And then they had a chap named King as manager for a short period, didn't they?
Hill,
King.
Frank Hill.
Frank Hill they had.
Hill.
Hill.
And then there was a
They had
chap.
Jimmy Hill on the board for a little while.
Oh yeah.
God, anyone gets up my nose, it's Jimmy Hill.
Oh, Jimmy Hill. No, this was Frank Hill, the manager, wasn't it?
He was on Frank Hill.
Frank
yeah.
Hill.
Yeah, Jimmy Hill was on the board.
Oh, Jimmy Hill, yeah, he never did a
Jim.
thing
No,
for Charlton.
no, he-
No, he didn't do a thing for Charlton.
Charlton.
Jimmy Hill.
Good. I thought they were glad to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dead wood, he was.
Yeah.
Craggs. Ken Craggs was another manager,
Oh, that's
wasn't he?
right. He took over from Miss Sutherland
Yeah,
when
I
I
don't
just
know
before
how he-
Hallier.
That's right. I don't know.
He came. Oh, I'll tell you, he came. He was assistant manager to Alan Mullery.
Oh, was
And
that
he
it?
took over when Mullery went.
Oh, when Mallory, that's right.
Well, he
Alan
didn't
Mallory.
last long,
Yeah.
really.
They've had a few, haven't they, since I stayed after the 50s?
They have,
30
yeah.
years, haven't they?
Turnover has been pretty rapid
Yeah.
since Jimmy Seed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lawrence
he's been
been
20
5
odd
years,
years, Jimmy Seed, and
20 odd years.
Glenn Lawrence is the longest serving, isn't he, since Seed now? isn't
since
he?
Seed, yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
he's the yeah, he's been
Who?
here 5 years, is it?
5 years.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Lawrence, oh yeah.
I mean,
Griggs the longest serving player, really.
Yeah, correct.
yeah, I suppose he is, yeah.
Yeah.
How long has he been playing?
12, 13 years, I mean.
Yeah, Steve Brick.
Yeah.
Remarkable, really. But, no, old
He
Lawrence,
was
I mean,
captain last Saturday.
Was
was
he?
he Steve?
Yeah, I don't know whether
Did a
it's
good
for
job,
the
didn't he?
day or whether he...
Well, because what's name never played last week, did he?
Shirtless, he had flu.
Yeah.
Shirtley had flu, I read.
That's
He'll be
right.
back for Norwich, right?
And I think they'll probably bring Jones back because he's tried this Lee Burn, but I think he's wants a little bit of rest. It's quite a promising player, so I believe. I've
Leeburn,
seen
yeah, I just saw him
Tall
once.
gangling.
Yeah,
I've seen him
probably,
play
yeah.
for the youth team, and
Mm. Yeah, but I mean Jones,
yeah,
he's never done anything much
He's done
really.
nothing, has he?
Can't understand it. Perhaps dropping him for a couple
Yeah,
of
that's
weeks.
what he's
Might
done
swear he
this before. He
has.
done it with Lee, didn't he?
Yeah, that's
Dropped
right.
him, brought him back, and he's played quite well.
Yeah.
But he
Jones
got
might
injured
pick
last
him up.
Saturday, Lee, and they brought on
Did he?
brought on Williams, didn't they?
What's happened to this Mortimer that was playing a few
Yeah, well,
weeks
he's
ago?
still playing for the. I saw him play
They-
last week.
Okay,
Got
he was-
well in for the reserve. They played Oxford.
Oh.
Now, the chap who follows Charlton, I mean, he must be very closely connected with Charlton. I was talking to him in a stand, and he said to me, he said, you know, Oxford's got 7 first-team players out here playing Charlton reserves. Charlton reserves have beaten them 3-0.
Yeah,
And he said, we should really thrash these on Saturday.
yeah.
Because it turned out not
Not-
didn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
But I looked
yeah.
up, checked the programme with the team that played, and there wasn't 7 players, but there was a few. There was about 5.
Go on. Well, the reserves did all right then.
Yeah, they'd beaten 3-0 at the time,
All right.
and then they played stupid. They gave 2 silly goals away, and they finished up winning 3-2.
Yeah.
They had Charlton